Hi, this is Michael and Lia from Chess Vets. I'll be going over a game that was played with my wife today at Black Rifle Coffee Company in Temple, Texas. And I think it's pretty instructive. This is a game 60. She normally beats me in our 3 to 5 minute games, but the longer time controls, I usually can edge her out because I've been playing a little bit longer than she has. Actually, a lot of it longer. Okay, so a little bit about my wife. She's also like myself, a U.S. chess tournament director. She's got about 3,000 tournaments under her belt. Uh, she's been playing since 2014, I think. I taught her some chess, and she took over from there. Now she easily is rated about where I'm at, around the 1500 range. So she's doing really good. Okay, on to the game here. Okay, so my first move is actually the D pawn. This is my normal strategy. I use it. I like D pawn openings, vice E pawn openings. It just this is the openings I got used to as a kid. So right, my wife comes back to another book move, which is blocking that. By the way, when I say book move, that means that the grandmasters have analyzed these openings and they play them out. And so normally there's an equilibrium in the position. So a lot of them are given names, so you don't have to figure out. So this is actually a queen's pawn. If you're interested in the different types of openings, the chess.com tutorial goes through and talks about each one, and you can actually go into databases and play those certain openings to see how you do against them. Okay. Another book move. This is actually the Queen's Gambit. Okay, and it's Gambit because I'm hoping she'll take my pawn for free, but you find out later it's really not for free. It gets me a huge advantage in the center, and it gets my pieces out to fight pretty early. So it's and you usually get that pawn right back with the bishop move. So it's really not a true gambit. Okay, so she comes out with a knight, which also is a book move. This is declined. The only reason it's declined is because her pawn did not take my pawn. Okay, the standard thing is normally not to take the pawn back. It's usually just to keep some tension in the center. Okay, with I forget his name. Anyway, so we're with a Mexican grandmaster, a Tor attack. Makes black really uncomfortable. You take this knight right here, and this knight being gone, and it messes up the pawn structure because he either takes back here or with this pawn, and doing that leaves a hole on the king side. It's normally preferable to castle on the king side, but it depends on what's going on at the later the start of the game. Okay, so her next move is the knight. Now this is a good move. This is actually when it actually gives a little star here, the computer's analyzing it as being her best move. Now the problem is that it's hitting this knight. Move is hitting this bishop, so I have to be careful with that because this bishop is not being protected. So I like to run away. There's some other people that move up their H pawns, and gets this rook actually out in this file. So this is a thorn in the side for the other player. But I move my bishop back, and the reason why is I have no problems putting more pressure on this file with my bishop. So so coming here, This gives a target for this knight to move out, but once again, I can take back with this pawn. All right. So she moves out her bishop. It really didn't like that. It liked punting my bishop with his pawn, and that pawn is actually supported by this knight. Is covering the square, so it's not giving up a piece. Okay. I bring out my knight. It didn't like that either. It wanted me to bump his knight already. Okay. She takes my knight with her knight, right? And I take back in order to. That to me is the only thing that makes sense. And I'm not really too worried about this pawn being out here because to me that's normally a good thing. It's going to be a thorn in her side later. So, okay, she brings her queen down. It liked actually bringing her pawn down as well to fight for the center a little bit, but that's okay. I shore up this move. Once again, it says knight f3 is best, which is developing a piece and supporting your central pawn. But at this point, I wanted to give this bishop some scope, and also wanted I'm trying to shore up this position, this little teepee I've got right here between these three squares. Okay, so she comes down. She does the best move. I want to trade off this bishop. I know that taking this bishop, he's going to have to take back this pawn, and that's going to mess up his pawn structure. If he takes my bishop, I'm okay to move my knight up there, my queen up here, to basically snag it back. So that's okay. Okay, she does that, and I take that off the board. I like the fact that my queen is essentially positioned, and I'm going for, I don't want to castle this side because this side's open. So castling over here, and I'm going to after I castle on to this side, things are I'm gonna get this rook out to play to where he wants to be over here, and then it's gonna be a nice thing. Okay, so she puts my bishop to the question. I could take his bishop, but his queen's there, and I like the queen there because I just do. So I move my bishop. All right, and it says this is an excellent move, but. So let's see, get the next one. Castle's king side. Notice the black side castle before the white. When an opponent castles, it does several good things. It gets the king to the relative safely the corner. It gets the rook out where it's doing. It likes to be more free. Normally, the center center areas and the files and the files and ranks actually open up more towards the end of the game. Now, some disadvantages is it gives your opponent excuse me, a target to shoot for. To get you checkmated, because that's ultimately the name of the game, right? So going on, I bring my knight in order to do that, and you go, well, why didn't I do a central? Because I gave this a good thought, and I think this is an accuracy. I think taking here would have probably been best, but if I'm not a grandmaster, so I had to give myself a little latitude here. Okay, the knight comes down, and there's a saying in chess: "A knight on the rim is grim." If you're looking where the knight's doing over there, he's really not doing anything. So she took her her knight, it was actually more. This is actual more of a developing natural square, and it still would have been fine. I mean, if I would have took her, she would take it back, and you know, this having this knight here is a good thing. So, all right, I castle. Okay, the queen comes down, and the computer calls this an inaccuracy. It still thinks it still should have taken my pawn there. You know, I agree with this and don't and disagree at the same time, because that I'm feeling a little bit better with my piece placement than her piece placement. Oh, and by the way, I noticed why she moved the knight here. It's in order to protect that pawn. I think she had better move by actually blocking with this bishop. But that's just my personal thoughts. Okay, going up, I take this piece, and I figure why not. She takes back. Now I'm still liking this little TP thing I got here. It protects me against sniping with this bishop. It holds the bishop back, and it also it keeps her knight from coming in. So you know, I would love for her knight to have to go backwards. That would be a good thing. All right. So the next move is I bring up the knight in order to hit this piece right here, but mainly just to develop it, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, give her a little trouble here. Okay, so she shores it up with that. That's the best move. Okay, and it asked me why I did this as an inaccuracy. It wanted me to drop my queen back, but I'm still looking to punch to the center, and I know and I like this rook with this half open file. So that's actually part of my strategy. And I also got this rook here because this rook can actually just come to the second spot and guard this basically pawn over here. All right. Okay. Bishop moves down, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to move this knight now because I'd have to take back with this pawn if he does a bishop swap, and this really leaves my king ugly in the open. So I prefer that not to happen. So what I did was I bring my queen up in order to, if I have to drop it back to shore up my bishop a little bit, I'll do that. Plus it's kind of like in your face because I can move my queen to this square as well, and that'll get some problems. And yeah, he can kick me out, but yeah, I bring my pawn at this point. So if he takes it back, I'll be able to get my big center like I wanted to. So let's see what happens here. She takes. Now I got my big center. Now I know this is connected and semi-passed pawn is actually really going to benefit me. So she comes out and she did an inaccuracy because I can easily block up this. I don't want to take this like the knight like it wants me to, because it would open up this rook, and I don't want to open that rook. I don't mind my side being open, but I don't want to open up her side. Okay, another blunder. The bishop, he's back. That's still blunder. And it's showing the best moves. Let's see why. And I'm trying to put double protection on this because I know I can shift around here. The problem with him with this bishop is this bishop can cover this rook square. So I know I can't bring my rook over here, but I can put this rook over to basically go onto this row here of file. Okay, so the queen comes out. My queen. At this point, I would love to trade queens. I think I'm liking my in-game chances a little bit better than hers. I don't know. I feel a little bit safer with her queen going because my wife is really good about coming up with tactical ideas. So I know if I whittle down enough of her big pieces, normally I can win an end game. So she brings the queen over here. Obviously, she didn't want the trade, right? I bring my knight here. I'm not worried about the bishop now because my rook can actually block on this this b3 square. So I'm not worried about this bishop occupying this space here. All right. So she comes down with her pawn, which is a good idea because if she opens this up, I'm going to have some problems because she has these connected rooks in the back rank here between these two guys, and that's something I'm going to have to eyeball. Okay, I bring my queen back. Reason why I wanted to get more defensive aspect to these three positions. I can do that with one move. Okay, the pawn comes down. Now, when she comes down with the pawn, I simply go up. This is putting her knight in a pickle. If her knight if she does not thinking and moves her knight from here to here, then that's going to be an issue because I can fork it with this pawn. So okay, let's see what the next thing is. Okay, she brings down this rook, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. So I push this pawn right up in this bishop's face. There's only one safe spot for the bishop to go, so it's pretty easy to calculate what's going on this. Here, the bishop goes down. My knight gets out of the way of the bishop because I don't like, sometimes I forget things and I don't want to keep my queen there. My queen does the same thing. She protects a little bit from this king check here. It wanted me to move this rook over, and I guess that's right, but I don't know. I feel more comfortable getting the queen out of the way. All right, brings the pawn down. Now notice the valuation here really shot up for white because if you look at it, she hung her piece. So I take advantage of that. And she takes a pawn, so she still fights on. And she takes one with the discovered queen check. So I simply get that rook gone then, and then that rook comes over, and now I just sidestep with my queen. And now at this point, I'm trying to get most of my pieces because she has a black rook now, black bishop. I'm sorry, and by transferring my pieces over to white squares, I don't have to worry about this bishop at all. Okay, right? She tries to trade out this bishop. Now I bring the rook over because if she takes the bishop with the bishop, I'll just take the rook and the bishop. So and simplifying down. So I'm not quite happy with that position. So she brings the queen back. Okay, I do a little king check here, and I'm also hitting the bishop at the same time. Right now, I got rid of the rook with this one because if I did with the bishop, the pawn would just take it anyway. So it changes. And if I take it with the rook actually can do a back rank checkmate if she does something else. So okay, she takes that. Okay, I back off and I back off. And it asked me why I didn't take that. That's a good question. I should have. Okay, the queen goes here. Okay, my queen goes here. Okay, it's lining up with my king. Okay, I take her queen off. Once again, she's really good at using her pieces for tactical advantage. So I know if I have the rook and the bishop against just the rook, because I got 5 points here, 3 points here. She has 5 points here, and plus these pawns are a worry. But with that extra minor piece, I'm not too concerned about it. And also by taking her queen here, I double up her pawns. So that's normally a good thing. She pawns here, okay, and then it's going to kind of go through here. Now at this point she resigns the game. All right, well, hopefully this is interesting and you learned something. This is Michael Lennox, and I'm trying to do more of these because I think they're beneficial for not only myself, but some of the people that are trying to improve their chess a little bit. The most of the stuff I cover is basics. And I think to be good at anything, chess, badminton, whatever, you just got to keep doing the basics over and over and over again and get really solid on them. And, at that point, you'll start seeing the patterns, and the game will get a lot more interesting for you. And you'll have more wins. Okay, well, this is Michael Lennox from Chess Vets, and hope you have a great day. Thank you. I'm asking you to subscribe, like, and share if you like this video. The reason why is because we absolutely hate to basically ask for money. And if you just do this simple task, it allows us to make some money from YouTube. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.